Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Middleware Technologies. Today we will be looking at one more feature of Ansible Vault. Ansible Vault. In our last video, we have looked into we have checked how we can use Ansible Vault to encrypt string and decrypt it. Today we will be using the same tool to encrypt and decrypt a file. Okay. A file can be can contain any data, a string or a key value pair or a list. So all this can be encrypted using the Ansible Vault. Okay. So today we will be looking at an example wherein we will encrypt the API key uh, which in a file which can be utilized in a Python application. Okay. So let's get started. So here, as a first step, we need to do the encryption of the key. So basically, every API which we are going to utilize, they will have some kind of secret content like the API key and the host or secret key, which we want to utilize in our application, and at the same time, we do not want that to be disclosed like in a plain text format in the code. Okay, so for that purpose, we need to have a way in which we can like encrypt the data and utilize it in our code. So for that purpose, we are going to use this Ansible Vault, which comes with the Ansible package, and we will be trying to encrypt that key. So let me try to show you with an example like how we can uh, do the encryption. Okay. So let me create some test file. So let me name it as key one, and let's give this key one a value test one. So let me save this file. Okay, so now we have some file which has our key value and key pair value which we want to encrypt using the Ansible Vault. So let me use the Ansible Vault tool to encrypt this key value pair data file. Okay, the first thing it is going to ask you is about the Ansible Vault password. So it is basically a password that we are going to give to the vault so that it can be secured. So without this password, we won't be able to decrypt the data. Okay, so let me give it a password. So you can give any password that you wish to, but it should be same. So you can confirm the same password. So as you can see, the encryption has been successful. Okay, so now if you look at the content of the test.yaml, it was previously plain text. Now you will get a encrypted content of that key value pair. Okay, so this is what I have done with the actual encryption key. So this is my API key which I have stored uh, in the API key.yaml file. So this is open like free API, so you can utilize it. There is no problem. Okay, so I have encrypted it using the API Ansible Vault encrypt, and this is my encrypted data which I have created. Okay, so this is it. Like this is the way we can encrypt our data which is available in the file. So now the next question is how we can utilize this key within our application so that we can communicate with the API. Okay, so for that purpose, I have a simple Python application which is used to call the API. So let me open this Python application also and show you what exactly it does. Okay, so this is basically a standard like Python application which is used to call an API using the request module. So let me just give you a brief idea about how we use the request module in Python. So as a high level, every request will have some body and the header content. Okay, so body is used to send your message and header is used to send like metadata, like what type of request you are sending and any other like metadata you want to send along with the request. Okay, so in the same way, so here I'm sending this payload. This payload is actually the body content which is sent to this API URL. Okay, so this is my API which I'm going to call. This is available in Rapid API. Which basically this API is for fetching the details about a pin code. Okay, so I'm using this API. So as you can see, the payload contains search by pin code value 40018. So this is one pin code which I have given for which it is going to fetch the details. Okay, so our body like request body which we are going to send to the API is ready within this. And now the header, what header we want to send it. Okay, so let me open the backup file once. Info details backup. So this was the actual uh, uh, code which directly calls with the API key and host. So as you can see, there are three types of headers we have passed: the content type, which is JSON, and the API key and API host. Okay, but you can see this is a plain text, like a clear text API key that I have sent, which basically we want to avoid in our real like production environment applications. Okay, so for that purpose, we are looking at how we can encrypt and utilize it in the application. Okay, so let me go into the, the code in which we are going to use the encrypted key. Okay, so as you can see, I am uh, passing one of the parameter to the Python application, which is an API key. So this is the first argument, which is an API key, which I am taking, and I am converting it into a string and uh, assigning it to the key value. So our header is set with key and host and content type. So now comes the request part. So the actual request that we are going to send which is a post to this URL, and data, which is actually the body, and header, the header content which we are going to send. So once the request is served, we are capturing the response in a variable, and we are going to print that using the text. Okay, so this is a very simple, very basic, I can say very basic Python application which can be used to call an API with an API key. Okay, so uh, now what I wanted to show you is how I can push this application onto the node. So basically Ansible node, which we want to configure, or where we actually want to run this application. Okay, so let me open my Ansible playbook. Okay, so this host, like you can set as per your host inventory details, like wherein you are willing to execute this Python application. Okay, and I'm going to use this user ID admin, so it may vary based on what user ID you have set to run the application on your remote node, so you can change it accordingly. And now you can see, like, I have included that vars file, like basically the encrypted API key, uh, encrypted API key key value pair file that I have included in the playbook. Okay, so now coming to the tasks which we are going to execute on the remote node. So the first task that I'm going to that I have created is basically creating a path, directory path. So we are going to create a directory path with a owner and group admin. Then we are going to copy the Python script from our uh, controller node to the remote node. Okay, so source and destination we are providing, and the permissions which we want to set on the remote node uh, file, and that is the Python application. Okay, so the next thing is important. Basically, if you have a remote node uh, which which wherein you want to run an application, there might be a chance wherein the required modules for the Python application, like request and request module, may not be available, or maybe the Python, PIP package may not be available on the remote node. So what we are doing here is we are making sure the PIP package is getting installed on the remote node. So as a first step, we are making sure the PIP package is getting installed, and the state is equal to latest. Basically, it means we are making sure whenever it is going to install, it is going to update the package with the latest version. Okay, and this one we need to run it with root user. So that is why the become is equal to become true has been set for this specific task. Okay. So then coming to the next package that we want to install is the request module. So this is the model we are going to utilize in our Python application. So it is supposed to be available. So if it is not available, we need to get it installed. So this is the Python module installation step wherein we are using the PIP package to install the request module with user. So basically, it is going to install in, the packages in the user's space. Okay. So this is now the next task is basically the execute step wherein we are going to execute the Python application on the remote node. So for that, we are going to call the Python application which we have copied onto the remote node, and we are also going to pass the API key. Okay, so this is basically so whatever file we have encrypted here, it has the API key and value which is encrypted. But so whatever API key we have provided in the plain text, that variable we are going to provide here, so that it will be replaced with the actual content of the API key. Okay. And next I'm registering the output of this command into a variable API data, which we are going to later on print to make sure that our API was connected and it was able to fetch the data. Okay, so API dot standard output. Standard output is basically the variable into variable which we will be able to fetch the data of the API. Okay. Okay. So let's try to execute this Python Ansible playbook. Okay. Ansible playbook. Pin code API.yaml. So I'm passing -k to pass my administrative password, and also we need to pass this option ask vault. So basically what it does is it is going to ask for the vault password. So vault password is required to decrypt the content of the file which we have used in the playbook. So while execution of the playbook is going to use this vault password decrypt it, and it is going to use it in the Python application as the first argument which we have passed. Okay, so let me run it. So first password that I have given is the administrative password for root privileges, and the second one is the vault password, which with which we have encrypted the API key. So let me execute it now. So the first prerequisite task, the gather facts runs, which captures the node details, remote node details. Then you can see it has created the directory on the remote node and copied the script onto the remote node. And you can see the PIP package, it is already installed. Let me scroll up. So here we were there. So PIP package is already available, so it is showed okay, and it has tried to update my request module with the latest available version, whichever is available in the repositories, and then it has tried to execute the Python application with the API key which we have encrypted. And as you can see, the data which has been printed, it shows the pin code details. So basically it is Mumbai pin code detail which I have kept. So it has fetched the pin code details about uh, the, that particular number. Okay, so this is how actually we will be able to utilize the Ansible Vault to encrypt a file which can contain any data like the strings or API keys or a list of variables or strings. So ultimately, there is a lot of usage with this one, and in this video, I have tried to show you. I have tried to show you like how we can use the Ansible Vault to encrypt an API key, which can be utilized in the Python application. So you can try it out and use in other type of applications also, like web applications or any Java applications also, and you should be able to do the encryption and decryption using this Ansible Vault and utilize the key. Okay, yeah. So yeah, that was all that I have wanted to show you in this video. Thank you all. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you learned something, and I'll get back to you with something new in our next video. Thank you all, and have a good day.